So, start na po tayo. So, for today's lesson, we will talk about forms and genres of literature, okay? From 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world, okay, week 2. So, mag-start ako mag-discuss ng week 2, okay? Kasi nagkaroon ng problem sa internet namin during last week, okay? Okay, without further ado, okay, let's proceed to the next slide under the forms and genres of literature. Okay, but before we proceed, okay, again, what do you mean by literature? Lagi nating naririnig kahit sa okay, literature, sa English. Okay, sa Tagalog po ng literature, alam niyo po ba yung Tagalog ng literature? Any idea? Sige, pwedeng sumagot ah. Ano sa Tagalog ang literature?
Literatura, ma'am? Ewan ka.
That is, literatura is, ano, actual translation kasi ginawa mo, okay? The Tagalog term for literature is panitikan, okay? Panitikan sa Tagalog ang literature. So, kung mapapansin nyo sa Pilipino, naririnig nyo panitikan. That is literature in English. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, we have here under the forms and genres of literature, we have division of literature. Under the division of literature, we have two. Okay, we have two division. Okay, the first one is the fiction. Okay, any idea about fiction? Okay, here the fiction is a form of any narrative or informative work that deals with information, events that are imaginary. Or in short, the meaning of fiction is imaginary or only an imagination. Okay? Ito yung mga story na walang katotohanan, puro imagination lang. Okay? When we say fiction, it refers to made-up stories. Okay? About characters or events. Okay? Fiction, ano yun eh, story that did not actually happen in real life. So that is fiction or kathang isip lang. Okay? Example of fiction, short stories, novels, and folktales. Those are examples of fiction. Okay, if we have here fiction, of course, we also have the non-fiction. Ito yung kabaliktaran ni fiction. Kung si fiction is imaginary, si non-fiction is the reality. So, totoong nangyayari siya in real life situation. So, here, the meaning of nonfiction is a form of any narrative account or other communicative work based on facts. So, puro katotohanan, truth, facts. Okay? Comes out of some straightforward natural bibliographies and histories. Okay. Kung sa fiction, imaginary. Okay. Sa nonfiction, reality. Okay. What are the examples of nonfiction? Okay. Examples of non-fictions, okay, autobiography. So, ano yung pinagkaiba ng autobiography and biography? Eh, parehas lang naman silang kwento ng isang story ng buhay ng isang tao. So, anong pinagkaiba nun? So, autobiography, ikaw mismo ang sumusulat sa sarili mong buhay. Kaya nga autobiography, buhay mo. Ang biography naman, buhay ng ibang tao. Okay? That is the difference between the autobiography and biography, and those are examples of under the non-fiction. Okay? Another example of non-fiction is the essay. Okay, familiar kayo sa essay, di ba? Ano ba yung essay? So, kadalasan nyo itong ginagawa during your actual class, di ba? pati rin naman hanggang ngayon sa online class, ginagawa nyo pa rin naman siya. So, ano ba talaga yung ibig sabihin ng essay? Ito kasi yung essay, yung impression nyo, yung emotion nyo, in-express nyo through writing. So, bakit siya non-fiction or reality? Kasi yung totoo nyong nararamdaman, nasusulat nyo, in-express nyo through writing, and that is essay. Kung ano yung naiisip nyo, yung reflection sa sarili nyo, kung ano yung natutunan nyo sa lesson, those are essay. Okay? Another examples of non-fiction is speech or talumpati. Any kind of talumpati. Talumpati ng presidente or the SONA, State of the Nation Address ng presidente, speech ng valedictorian, speech of magna cum laude. Okay, those are under the or examples of the non-fiction. Another example for non-fiction or the reality is the news articles. So ito yung nag-update sa atin ng current events or everyday na nangyayari sa sa pang-araw-araw. Okay. Another one is consumer documents. Okay, for example, yung pag mag-a-apply tayo the curriculum vitae um or the resume. Okay. That is another example for non-fiction. Kasi totoo siya. Okay? Okay, clear na po ba tayo sa division of literature? We have only two, okay?
Pwede pa ulit po.
Alin doon, banda?
Kakapasok ko lang po kasi.
Ay, okay. Okay lang naman, di ba?
Ay.
Okay, sige. Okay. Again, kasi our main topic is the forms and genres of literature. Okay? Under the forms and genres of literature, we have here the division of literature. Okay? In division of literature, we have only two. Okay? We have only two division. Those are the fiction and then the non-fiction. Okay, the difference between the fiction and the non-fiction, when it comes to fiction, imaginary, okay? Imagination, okay? The stories about imagination, imaginary, okay? When we say naman sa non-fiction, it's the reality. So, those are the difference between the fiction and then the non-fiction. Okay, simple as that lang naman. Okay, next slide. After the division, okay, we have here the general types of literature. Okay, what are those? So, ito, si prose. Okay, ano nga ba si prose? Okay, consists of those written within the common flow of conversation in sentences and paragraphs. So, madaming under dyan si prose. Okay, the first one is the novels. Okay, when we say novels, it's a long narrative divided into chapter and events are taken from true to life story. So, taken from true to life story. So, pwede siyang non-fiction kasi based siya sa true story. So, when we say novels, it's divided into chapter. Okay? Si novels, story siya, syempre. Pero, si novels kasi hindi mo siya mababasa ng isang araw lang. Kasi, marami siyang chapter. Okay? That is novels. Okay. What are the examples of novels? Okay. Loli Tangere. Example of novels. Dekada 60, Florante at Laura. Those are examples of novels. Why? Kasi they have chapters. Okay? May chapters sila. That is novels. Another prose is the short story or maikling kwento sa Tagalog. Okay. This is a narrative involving one or more characters, one plot, and one single impression. Parehas sila ni novels. Parehas silang merong characters, plot, and impression. Ano pinagkaiba ni novels and si short story? Parehas lang naman silang kwento. Pinagkaiba nila, si novels, hindi mo siya kayang
Story.
basahin sa isang araw lang or sa oras lang o minuto, hindi mo siya kayang basahin. Dahil by chapter siya. Si short story, kayang-kaya mong basahin kahit isang araw or oras lang. And then, meron lang siya na one plot and single impression. So, wala na siyang chapter. Si short story, kapag nagkaroon siya ng chapters, matatawag na siyang novels. Okay? So, yun yun. Pinakaiba ni novels sa short story. Si short story, kayang-kaya basahin kahit oras or isang araw. Si novels, mahaba kasi siya. Okay? So, tatlo yan sila eh. Si novels, magkakaiba si novel, si short story, and then si nobela. Si nobela yung isa. So, ano naman si nobela? Si nobela kasi, siya yung shorter than novels. Shorter than novels and longer than short story. So, ganun si novels. Okay. Iba pa rin siya. Magkakaiba silang tatlo. Okay. After the short story, examples muna ng short story, yung mga Why the Piña has a hundred hundred eyes. Ayun. And the monkey and the turtle, yung mga ganong kwento. Those are examples of the short story. Okay. Clear na ba tayo kay novels and short story? So, pros po sila, pros. Okay. Okay, next one is plays. Okay, madali naman to, and familiar naman kayo dito sa plays. Ito yung mga nagpe-present sa stage with is divided into acts and each act has many scenes. So, kadalasan din, pwede rin to yung sa English subject nyo kapag pinagpe-play kayo. Tawag din doon is play din. Also, play din yun. Bakit? Kasi nagpe-present din kayo sa stage and then nag-a-act kayo. So, ayun yung tawag sa play. So, yung play na yan, under din siya ng pros. Okay. For example, this one, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. Okay, tapos na tayo sa novel, sa short story, plays. Okay, proceed tayo sa next, which is the legends. Legends or mga alamat. Okay, these are fictitious narratives, usually about origins. A national or folk hero that is based on fact, but with imaginative material. So, ano nga ba yung legends? Sige, sinasabi natin alamat. Pero, sabi dito, totoong nangyayari, pero imaginative yung material. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So, para siyang pinagsamang fiction and then non-fiction. Why? For example of legend yung Mount Makiling or Bundok ng Makiling. Bakit? Ayun yun, di ba yung babae daw sinumpa at ginawang, kaya yung bundok na yon is hugis tao. Ay, hugis babae. And then, ano yung totoo doon? Ano yung non-fiction doon? Ano yung usually about origins? Yung totoong nangyayari is, totoong merong dito sa Pilipinas, totoong merong bundok ng Makiling. At totoong hugis, babae siya. Ano yung hindi totoo? Ang hindi natin, kasi ang legends
Yung
are,
sinumpaan babae.
yes, very good. Kasi ang legends are usually very old stories with little or no evidence to prove. So, meron talagang bundok ng Makiling, totoo. Pero ang hindi totoo is merong sinumpang babae at ginawang bundok. So, that is legends. Bakit ba may legends? Bakit ba may ganun? Para matangkilik yung mga readers na basahin yung about sa ano na yon, sa history ng Mount Makiling. Marami naman ditong maraming kwento dito na ganun, na legends. So, para lang magkaroon lang ng, kasi para maging creative, para hindi boring basahin, ginagawa ng ganun. Ginagawang fantasy, ganyan. So, that is the purpose of legends, para mahikayat yung mga readers na basahin yung tungkol doon sa bundok na yun. That is legends. Okay, next is fables. So, yung iba kasi nalilito kay fables and parables kasi magkatunog sila, right? So, si fables kasi ay yung characters diyan sa stories are animals. Okay, when it comes naman dun sa parables, yung kwento dun is came from the Bible. Ayun yung parables. Pag fables, yung characters are animals. And then, when we say naman sa parables, the stories came from the Bible. Okay, yun na, magkaiba kasi medyo, minsan pag fables, ano ba dito? Galing ba to sa kwento sa Bible? Pag parables, yun yung ano. So, medyo nalilito yung iba kasi magkatunog. Okay, next one, after the fables, we have here the anecdotes. Oh, ano to si anecdotes? Parang, ano yan? Parang, ang hirap niya intindihin. Pero, nakalagay dito, these are merely products of the writer's imagination and the main aim is to bring out lesson to the readers. Or simply, yung anecdotes, papasok siya kay novels, papasok siya kay short story, sa plays, legends, and then kay fables. Bakit? Pwede silang tawagin na anecdotes basta yung mga storyng yon after mo mabasa ay may makukuha kang magandang aral or lesson. Kasi nga ang purpose ng anecdotes or the meaning of anecdote is to bring out lessons to the readers. Okay, that is anecdotes. So kapag yung nabasa mong libro at wala ka namang after mong basahin ay wala ka namang nakuhang magandang aral doon, hindi mo siya matatawag na anecdotes. Matatawag mo lang siyang anecdotes once na yung binasa mo ay may nakuha kang, after mo basahin yung isang story, ay may napulot kang aral doon. Okay? That is anecdotes. So, tandaan na, kapag wala kang napulot na aral doon, hindi mo siya matatawag na anecdotes. Anek-anek lang yun. Pero kapag pag nakakuha ka ng aral doon sa kwentong yon, that is what we call anecdotes. Okay? So, karamihan nagsasabi moral lesson of the story. So, pag sinasabi, wag niyo sasabihin yung moral lesson of the story. Bakit? Kasi ang moral at si lesson ay same.
Pareho.
Parehas lang sila. So, kapag sinabi mo moral lesson of the story, parang umuulit-ulit ka lang. Parang, kumbaga, yung meaning mo is lesson of the story. Moral of the story. So, kapag sasabihin mo kung ano yung napulot mo, for example, moral of the story, or it could be lesson of the story. Wag na wag pagsamahin si moral and then si lesson. Pag si moral, moral lang. Pag si lesson, lesson lang. Huwag silang pagsamahin. Okay. Okay, that is anecdotes. Okay? Okay, another types of or general type of literature is syempre si essay. Like I said earlier, ito yung mga impression or ito yung mga emotion na ina-express nyo through writing. Okay, that is essay. As simple as that, lagi nyo naman din ginagawa, kadalasan din nyo naman ginagawa yan. Okay. Another type is the biography, and then nasabi ko na rin to earlier kasi connected, interrelated siya dun sa una. Okay, when we say biography, buhay ng isang tao, okay? Story, okay, life story, ganun. Is deal with the life of a person which may be about himself, his autobiography or that of others. That is biography. Okay, next, after the biography, we have here news. This is a report of everyday events in society or the current event. Okay? Bakit siya prose? Ba't siya literature? Kasi nga, pag sinabi nating literature, books or any kinds of books or writing or reading, usually by expert authors. So, kapag expert ang authors, tawag sa kanya literature. Matatawag siya literature talaga. So, kasama pala si news sa types ng literature. Okay. Next is oration. O ano naman to si oration? Kung makikita nyo sa picture, may nagsasalitang tao sa harap ng maraming tao. Okay. The meaning of oration is this is a formal, so formal treatment of a subject and is intended to be spoken in public. It appeals to the intellect, to the will, or to the emotions of the audience. Okay. Sa madaling salita, ang examples ng mga matatawag nating oration, speech. Kanina rin parang nasabi ko na rin siya kasi connected siya doon eh. Pag sinabi nating yung mga speech, State of the Nation address ng President, speech ni valedictorian, ni Magna Cum Laude, basta, or kahit anong talumpati yan na nasusulat and then binabasa, that is oration. Okay? That is oration. So, those are under prose. So, pag sinabi nating prose, tuloy-tuloy lang siya. Okay? Wala siyang measure, wala siyang sinusukat. That is prose. Okay? Saka, pwede pang dugtungan, ganun. So, under the prose, we have again the oration, the news, biography, essay, anecdotes, fables, legends, plays, short story, and also the novels. Okay, those are under the prose or consist of those written within the common flow of conversation in sentences and paragraph. Okay, that is prose. Okay, under the prose, we have here the poetry. So, general types of literature, dalawa sila. Kanina yung nauna, si prose. Then, yung pangalawa, ito na siya, si poetry. Ano nga ba si poetry? Refers to those expressions in verse with measure and rhyme, line and stanza has a more melodious tone. So, kanina, si prose, tuloy-tuloy. Okay? Wala namang sukat doon. Pero, kadalasan doon is formal mong isusulat. So, poetry naman, ito yung may mga kailangan magkatunog, may rhyming, may measure, may line, may stanza. So, ayun yung poetry. Okay. Kung sa under ng prose, may novels, may short story, may plays. Ano kaya yung under ni poetry? So, under poetry, we have this narrative poetry. Refers to those expressions in verse with measure and rhyme, line, and stanza, and has a more melodious tone. So, ano nga ba yung narrative poetry? It tells a story naman. So, kung kanina si tawag ito, si prose ay more on binabasa lang natin. Kaya nga narrative poetry, so nagte-tell na ng story. More on narration, okay? Often making the voices of narrator and character as well. Okay, that is narrative poetry. Under to ng under siya ng narrative poetry. Si epic, symmetrical tale, si ballad. Okay? Yung epic kasi, this is extended narrative about heroic exploits often under supernatural control. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin mga heroic exploits o yung mga ano lang to, kwento ng about sa mga heroes, imaginary lang din sila. Okay? It's supernatural. Ayan. Metrical tale, this is a narrative which is written in verse and can be classified either ballad or metrical romance. Maintindihan nyo ito kapag sa next slide na tayo. Ballads of the narrative poems, it is considered the shortest and simple structure and tells of a single incident. In the early time, this referred to a song accompanying a dance. Kaya nga, may tinatawag tayo ng balladier, ganun, balladier. So, most of yung tune ng ballads is more on romance, ganon. Okay. After, so tatlo lang sila ng under ng narrative poetry, epic, metrical tale, and ballads. Okay. So next one is lyric poetry. So pag sinabi nating lyric poetry, may accompaniment of a lyre, but now this is applied to any type of poetry that expresses emotion, feelings of the poet. They are usually short, simple, and easy to understand. So, kung yung kadalasan na maririnig niyong mga kanta, hindi kaagad siya kanta, 'di ba? Meron bang kanta na may tunog agad, may tono, may melody? So wala, 'di ba? So nag-uumpisa siya sa lyric poetry. It means kapag kino-compose mo siya, ang kino-consider mo lang doon is kung magkakatunog ba yung dulo, kung magkaka-rhyme, kung ano kung ilan yung sukat, measure. So, ganun pa lang ang ginagawa ng isang composer sa lyric poetry. And then, after nun, saka lang, pag buo na yung lyric poetry, kapag okay na, saka naman makakapag-isip kung ano yung pwedeng tune, anong pwedeng melody doon, na swak doon sa lyric poetry. So, that is the lyric poetry. So, maraming kanta na nag-umpisa muna sa tula bago siya maging totoong kanta talaga na may tune, may melody. So next, under the lyric poetry, syempre, ayan, napapasok na si folk songs, si sonnets. Okay. Wait lang. Siguro, continue ko na lang to next meeting kasi may limit, di ba, yung may limit tong Zoom. So, nag-time na siya eh. Hello, class? Rinig niyo ba ako?
Opo, ma'am.
So,
Sige.
next meeting na lang, i-continue ko to. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Next meeting na lang, ha?
Pwede, paano kami ng
Yung-
PowerPoint?
Yes, maybe tomorrow na lang, yung
Sige po, ma'am.
pati yung module, ha? Popost ko na lang sa Google Classroom. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hindi
ma'am.
po, ma'am.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe, ma'am.
Ingat.
Thank you po.
Ingat rin po.
Ingat kayo.